Stores are selling Magic the Gathering at a loss. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. I wanted to have the store in the background here for this video this morning, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get there. I have to be home with my kids this morning. So I want to get a video out for you still today because daily content is kind of my thing. So for the first time ever, maybe not since the early 2000s, but for the first time ever, stores are selling Magic the Gathering at a considerable loss. And I want to talk about why this is, what does it mean, I want to talk about how you as a consumer can take advantage of it long term. So we're going to talk about all that stuff. As you know, the boom of online marketing and online sales and online marketplaces really happened over the last kind of 10 years or so. And it has changed the scope of Magic the Gathering sales in a major way. It started kind of pretty instantly. The price matching, people go into the store and say, hey, I can get this on TCG Player for $15 less, and the store would have to haggle and that kind of thing. Racing to the bottom certainly happened very quickly, but for the most part, for Magic the Gathering anyway, that race to the bottom always fell where stores, after fees and shipping, were losing maybe $1, but pretty much breaking even. It was a way for a store to sell some product in their local scene, and if they ordered too much, they could put it on TCG Player or one of these other marketplaces like eBay, and they could get their supply back or their money back and then end up taking a profit off the back end of that, of selling some stuff in the store. It always had a floor. That floor was basically distribution costs. Very rarely did we see stores fire selling, did we see stores losing considerable amounts of money after shipping and fees. Stores would rather hold the product for a longer term until the prices stabilized and started to go back up. But now the floor couldn't care less. The floor basically means nothing. The distribution floor just doesn't exist for stores anymore. If you look at Baldur's Gate collector boxes, they're $150 on TCG Player. That means after fees, which is about 13% for TCG Player, and shipping, which I'm calculating in to be about $10. Now it depends on where you're shipping to, but on average, I ship a lot of stuff, it's about $10. That means over $100 loss for stores. It'd be $120 that stores get after fees and shipping, which is over $100 loss compared to distribution. New Capenna, right? Okay, Baldur's Gate, the worst set ever. Terrible example. New Capenna, a decent set, not the hottest set, but a decent set. Currently, set boxes are $91.25, which means after fees and shipping, a store is getting $69.50. That is around $18 less than what a store pays. Dominaria, collector boxes. This is the newest Magic the Gathering set. This set has Legends cards in it. Everyone is gonna go nuts for the Legend cards. It doesn't matter that they're 20 cents. Everyone's gonna go nuts for the Legends cards. You could pull a $4,000 card. $198.95 on TCG Player after fees and shipping. That's $162.26, which means that stores are taking a $27 loss after, from what their pre-order price was from distribution. So, what has stores changing their perspective? What is causing this kind of dynamic where all of a sudden stores are willing to take significant losses? 20-30% losses, even higher for Baldur's Gate. Number one, I want to interject here that I don't believe that stores should be able, in the economy, obviously I'm not saying that there should be rules against this, but in the economy, I don't think that stores should really look to online sales on TCG Player in order for a way to profit. I just don't think that's a realistic expectation. I don't really think that's ever been the case. There's so much competition and so many different avenues for these stores. But because stores need a ecosystem locally in order to profit, and that's fine. I don't want to say that. But something certainly has shifted. Something has shifted in the way that stores interact with these online marketplaces as a result of a lot of different things. Number one, the prices increased, and the consumers, you and me really, the consumers have rejected that price increase. And maybe this kind of balances out over time. I honestly don't think it will. The prices increased, and I guess Wizards thought that you as a consumer would be okay with paying $140 for a booster box, for a draft box. I think they thought that you'd be okay with paying $140 for 24 set packs, or $260, $265 for 12 collector packs. But what the consumer has said is no. We're not willing to do that. Even if you put Legends cards in it, even if you do this, that, the other thing, we're not willing to do that. Even Kamigawa with the neon cards that did really, really well initially, they tried to put in a whole nother wave of it and it tanked the price. So this price increase got rejected by consumers. Secondly, there's an oversaturation of product. Everyone is talking about this right now. There's a graph, I'll try to put it up right here, where the sheer number of products, not even including Secret Lair, which is just eating money from the consumers that would be shopping at a local game store, not even including Secret Lair, the sheer number of new booster boxes and products that are released, that have been released in the last 2 years, is completely jacking up the ecosystem. So now these stores have to come up with more and more pre-orders for their distribution, and the stores then have to have somewhere to store this product. And a lot of stores don't have ample storage space in the back of their store. Here's the thing. The amount of money coming into a store, walking through the door in the last 2 years hasn't changed. In fact, I would guess that the number of consumers who walk into an LGS has probably gone down in the last 2 years. But let's say that it hasn't gone down. I don't think that it's changed. I don't think that all of a sudden you as a consumer have more money and you roll into your store and you're like, hey, yeah, I can buy a whole nother, 3 more booster boxes this month or in the last 2 months, rather than what I used to buy. The amount of money that rolls into a store hasn't increased, but the amount of money that stores have had to spend in order to get product has at least doubled. There's at least twice as many sets as there were 2 or 3 years ago. But the amount of money that consumers have that go into these stores, not even close. Stores don't have increased capital. They don't have increased storage, so they dump the product, so they have money and they have room to take the next product that might perform better. So what does this mean for you? I think that this has created an amazing scenario where you as the consumer have a lot of power. This creates a unique scenario for you as a consumer where the prices you pay are basically the same as a store, but the risk you take is far lower. You get to see the product interact in the marketplace before you have to say, yes, I want this, or you get to see where the market goes before you say, I'm comfortable with buying this. Whereas a store has to pre-order things 4 months in advance, 3 or 4 months in advance, and commit to this number of boxes at this high price that is a little scary when you see the other product on the market being so low and seeing the opportunity for any amount of profit being pretty much washed out under your feet. So as a consumer, I think if you believe in sealed product, and we can get into a whole nother video of the print run possibilities of some of these newer Magic products when it's compared to something like War of Spark, which is a super successful set in a world where you didn't have as many sets being produced. So was War of the Spark more produced than these current sets? There's a lot of conversation we can have there, but if you believe in sealed Magic the Gathering product, holding on and waiting for those opportune moments when the prices dip to $150 for a Baldur's Gate collector box. I just don't see where the risk is compared to the low price that you're paying for that kind of stuff. If you believe in sealed product long-term for Magic the Gathering, talking 5 to 10 year windows, not easy flips, not 6-month flips, not 2-year flips, we're talking 5 to 10 year minimums. I think this is a great opportunity to look into that. So hopefully you think about that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Appreciate you guys watching the videos. Remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.